Hi guys, it's Miss Clark from Milam. This week we're going to do a project on space, and you probably think with my background that we might be doing a project involving actual space and planets. But actually, I just wanted to show you that there's lots of different ways that we can create space when we make art, and I'm going to tell you a few of those different ways. So right quick, I just want to show you 6 different ways we can create illusion of space. With overlapping as number 1, it's where one object appears to be behind the other by drawing the object behind it. Then there's the illusion of size by making the objects up close appear bigger, and as they get farther away, they're smaller. And then there's the illusion of placement, where objects higher in the picture appear to be in the distance. And then come down to number 4, where it says shading. Light and shadow create the illusion of form and space. And so this is another way we create space, by using our light and shadow. Then we have linear perspective. And, using perspective is where you're getting from big to small using parallel lines going off into a vanishing point. And then the value and focus, where lighter value and less detail suggest distant objects. So up close we use lots of detail and shading and value, and then as they get farther back, you don't have much detail in the objects, and that suggests that it's more distant. Okay guys, for the project that we're gonna do, you're gonna need 2 pieces of paper that are the same size, and markers or crayons would be fine, some scissors, and some stick glue. You might need a pencil, but I'm not sure if you want to or not. All right, you've got your 2 pieces of paper. You're gonna take your first piece of paper and you are going to only use half of it. So I am just going to fold it in the middle, and you could just cut it in half, but I like to tear my paper to give it a fun little edge. You can do whatever you want to. If you have any construction paper at home, you can feel free to use your construction paper here. If not, don't worry about it. We will just use the markers. So now you're only going to use half of the second paper. Now, on this piece of paper, you are going to color it. What I'm going to try to do is color the front and the back the same, okay? So I'm going to start with a blue frame. You can do whatever colors you want to. I was just going to try to keep it the same on the front and the back, just to, well, you'll see in just a minute why. So I'm just going to make my whole outside a frame. If we were at school, I would just give you a piece of construction paper. But we're not, and I don't want you to have to go run to Michael's or Hobby Lobby right now. I mean, you could if you want to. If you want to, feel free. If you want to use your markers for a little bit, that is great too. I love to use my markers. So we're going to color this whole paper. And I like to use all the colors, so I'll just go ahead and choose a different color now. This won't be as bright as normal. I usually would use every single color of the rainbow because I think it's just a lot of fun that way. But for time's sake, I'll try to speed this up for you when I make the video. And then we're going to use, I'll probably just use one more color just to finish this little video up really quick. Okay, I'm going to finish it up with some yellow inside. It doesn't have to be any reason why you're doing any of the coloring, just to get it colored, okay? Alrighty. Here we go. Almost finished. Hope you can see it. You can take your time since you have time at home. A lot more time than I do. Okay, let me move this. So now you have your paper colored, or you're using construction paper is fine. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a positive space and flop it over to make a negative space. You like my words there? Flop it over. So I'm just gonna cut any kind of shape that I want. We're gonna start real simple with a triangle. So you see how my piece fits in like this? I'm gonna then flip it over and create a negative space right here. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and cut out another space shape here. I didn't leave myself much room on this side, so I might not cut the shapes on this side. And then I'm going to create some shapes down here on the bottom part. Okay. I'll try to fast forward, speed this part up first, also in the video. It doesn't matter what kind of shapes you want to create, just whatever shapes you want to make. So what I always do is I put it in, make sure that fits so I have it the right way, and then I flop it over like this. So I'm going to save my two pieces right there. And I'm going to create the spaces down here. Again, I'm going to put it back in the space, make sure that's the right side, and then I'll flop it over. Okay, so I'm creating negative spaces here. All right, so I'm gonna get my glue, and remember that this is the front. Some glue on this side. Flop it back over. I'm gonna try to get it as in the middle as possible there. Now, if your second piece of paper is a little bit bigger than mine, you can also cut out pieces on this side and flop them over. I'm gonna run out of room in my paper. Okay, so I'm gonna try one more time, make sure that's the right way. It is the right way, so I'm going to put the glue on this piece of paper, and then I flop it over. So where it's like a mirror image, and you can see where it once lived right there, okay? I'm going to do this again. I'm going to check and measure that this is the right spot, and it is. It fits perfectly like a puzzle. So I'm going to add the glue on the top, and then I'm going to flop it over here, and it's going to show you the negative space of where it once lived right there. Okay, one last time. Put it in the puzzle piece, add the glue, and then take it out. Now your pieces can be much more elaborate than mine. I'm just doing a kind of a simple piece for video sake time. I'm going to show you some examples, and then I'm going to give you one more project I want you to do. Okay guys, I wanted to show you one more different way we can draw space. There's so many different ways of drawing space, but this one is one that you can use many different ways and create many different things, and so I wanted to teach you this. This one we're going to learn some architectural skills, and we're going to talk a little more about one-point perspective and drawing, and that's a way we are able to draw to create the illusion of space. So there's many different ways we can do it. This is just the way I'm going to teach you, okay? So here's your point, and we've actually already done one-point perspective when we did the space, the shapes. Let's see if I can find it. This project. Remember the shapes? And we had it come back to the one-point perspective. So we're doing that again, but we're going to be architects this time, okay? So I started with a dot. We're going to draw a rectangle or a square around the dot, okay? just do as good as you can drawing around. If you don't have a ruler, remember you can use the edge of a folder or a journal or just something straight. I tend, when I can make my lines really straight, it looks really, really good. Now you're going to use a pencil. I have to use a pen because you cannot see the pencil on the video. And now I'm going to, everything's going to come from this point, okay? So I'm going to try to line up my point, my corner, and draw my line out. I'm going to line up my point and my corner, point to my corner, and then I'm going to draw from here out. Okay, you're going to see the room in just a minute. Line my point to my corner. Come on. And then draw my line out. Point to the corner. And then from the corner, I'm going to draw the line out. So I don't know if you can see the bedroom yet. Let me see if I can see it. Okay, yeah. Now, you're going to see it now. Now, every line that we draw, if it's not vertical or horizontal, is going to come to the point, okay? So, let's say I want to make a bed. I'm going to come to the point, and I want my bed to start here, okay? And then remember my vertical lines are going to be parallel to the lines we've already drawn. So I'm going to come up here and make a headboard for my bed. My bed's going to be up against the wall. So there's going to be many times that I need to erase, but I can't because I'm using a pen. This will be the edge of my bed. Now I need to make it tall. Can't just have a bed on the floor. So I'm going to use my ruler. I'm going to make a vertical line. Same here. Vertical line. Horizontal line. And then anytime I want to make a line that's not horizontal or vertical, I'm going to line it up to my dot. Okay. And here's the edge of my bed. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. Okay. I need to make this. Same thing with the side of my bed here. Okay, not perfect. Now I would go back and erase this line. But here's the headboard. I can see like headboard. And this would be like where I would put my pillow. My pen is wanting to give out on me. Say I had 2 pillows. And this would be the top of my bedspread. You see it? This would be where my pen is just giving out on me. All right, let's say here's the top of my bedspread. This pen is not any better. Here's my pillows. Okay, here's where my bedspread comes down off the side of my bed. And at the bottom of my bed here. So if I had a pencil, I would erase these lines of the wall, okay? Now, same thing goes for if I have a window. Let's say I have a window next to my bed. I'm going to make my line parallel to the line I've already drawn that's vertical. Okay, say it's a really big window. I'm gonna make sure my ruler is parallel. Well, let's actually draw this diagonal line first. So I'm gonna go to the bottom of the line where I made the window. And then the same thing here. I'm gonna match it up to my point. And come to the top of my window and draw my line out. And now I'm going to connect these 2 lines to make a vertical line, making sure they're parallel with the edge of the paper. Now I have a window. You can draw another line inside of your window. Now, this can be, you can take this project as far or as small as you want it to. You can draw outside of your window. You can say, oh, there's the sun, here's the clouds outside, and there's the hill, and I see my tree outside of my bedroom. There's some more clouds. Okay, you could do that. You could also, if you want to, then say, oh no, I have a window behind my bed. It's really easy to draw on this back wall, because all you have to do is make sure your ruler's parallel with your horizontal or your vertical line. We're kind of learning to be architects here, okay, guys? So this is, it's a skill that architects have to have. If you want to draw a door, let's say you have a door over here. Again, you're making sure this line is parallel to the line we already drew or parallel to the edge of the paper, okay? I'm gonna draw my door right here. Going to line it up with my point, perspective, draw my line, and then I need to make sure my line is parallel with the edge of my paper to make my next vertical line for my door. And voila, we have a door. If you want to make the frame of the door. So as long as you can remember what I said, any vertical line or horizontal line will always be vertical or horizontal. But any other line that you decide to draw when designing your room needs to come to your point with your ruler, okay? I'm gonna draw one more thing and then I'm gonna let you have at it. I'm gonna say I have a rug on my floor, okay? I'm lining my horizontal line up parallel with the line that I have for my room. Okay, I'm gonna come to the edge of where my rug is. I'm gonna line my ruler up with my point. You see the rug happening? Make sure, yep. Then I'm gonna connect these two lines to make the bottom of my rug, making sure my ruler is parallel to the edge of my paper. And if I didn't quite make it there, I'm just gonna connect there, okay? So I want you to design your room. You're gonna start with the back wall. With your point, you're gonna draw the edges. Here could be a ceiling. Here's your two walls. Here's your floor. Two walls, floor. Try to put your bed in. Try to give a window. Try to put a door in. If you really understand this and you think you can create lots of stuff, do it. Have fun and please share. Bye, guys.